A historic slowdown has hit the rental market, not just here in the Utah County, but nationwide. Vacancy rates have nearly doubled to 7%, median rents have dropped for the fourth month in a row, and the average time to lease now sitting at 33 days. If you're not ready to pivot quickly, this market can start eating at your margins fast. But have no fear, Mission Property Management is here with simple, effective tips to help you navigate this record-breaking cooldown and keep your rentals performing strong.
How's the slowest rental market in the last 10 years been affecting us?
So as a property manager in Utah County, we have seen definitely some slowdown in the rental market and leasing. When we're listing, it's taking a little bit longer, and there are fewer applicants that have been coming in. It's also wintertime here, so because of that, it's always slow anyways. Families are not going to want to move during the school year. That's pretty standard, and that's going to be affected everywhere. As far as specifically in Utah County, we haven't felt a major difference in comparison to other winters as far as duration of time on market, but we have felt the slowdown in rent rate increase. So overall in the nation, rent rates have not increased at all. And that's the same for here. It's cheaper for tenants a lot of times to go find a new rental property at a lower rate than it would be for them to go ahead and renew their rate with their current landlord, especially if they're asking for more rent, or if they rented at a higher rate last year and rates have come down slightly.
Even a unit like this right now, beautiful home, has been sitting for maybe about a month now. We're struggling to get showings. You know, it's just the way the market's going right now. Beautiful 5-bedroom home, 3.5 bath. In the summers, this would rent out easily. In a normal slow season, probably would have it rented out by now. But you know, we got a showing going on today. It'll be about our third or fourth showing for this unit. Hopefully we can tie somebody in. I mean, come on, it comes with a swing. This is tight. It's not for the kids. Cool, so that went really well. They're gonna put an application in, and this home was sitting for about 50 days on the market. It's almost, that is triple what a home like this would normally sit on, probably double what a home like this would sit on in a normal market. So yeah, times are changing. But we only did one price shop on this one, so that's good. And yeah, owners will be happy, tenants will be happy, everyone's gonna be happy.
What are some things we're doing to help incentivize our listings to compete?
So with some of our listings that we have on the market right now, the traffic is slower in the wintertime anyways. But if a tenant will come in and they'll make a comment, like if they're looking at a few other properties, they're like, is this going to be changed out the property? Depending on what it is, we'll make those concessions instead of during times when we have loss of people. We maybe won't make those concessions. So an example would be if a tenant comes in and it's a brand new townhome, there's not blinds yet in the bedrooms. They haven't been installed. Owners, it's a brand new property for them. So we'll go ahead and install those blinds just as normally we would anyways. But that's just an example of something that would be small. Other ways that we're helping as far as in the slower season to incentivize tenants is either, you know, giving their application fee back. So that's something that it takes time and energy from our end to be able to reimburse that application fee back to the tenants if they qualify.
So we're pulling up to one of our other listings we have this month, and now this one I knew would be a little bit of a struggle, and this is why. We've got new construction all through here, and so it's been a little bit of a struggle just because of dealing with that. We got a little bit of clutter. You know, it's kind of hard to navigate this neighborhood a little bit. But here we go.
I mean, you can still even hear the noise out there. But other than that, it's a beautiful new build. Let's go check it out.
Now this unit is actually just up the street from the Spanish Fork one over here in Mapleton, right up against the mountain, so it's really pretty. It's got scenic trails, minutes from hiking, Fifth Water Hot Springs, which is really sweet. So location's prime other than the new construction out there. This home's been on the market for a little over 30 days, probably going on week 6, week 5. But good news is we did send out a rental application for this unit. So hopefully by the weekend, we will have this one rented out. But again, you know, some things to kind of consider. We've had to do one price drop on this one, knowing that the new construction out there would be a little rough. Things to consider for something like this: it doesn't have a washer dryer. As soon as we had people ask about the washer dryer situation, crickets. Nobody was interested. This one has no blinds, right? And so renters, those are things renters don't want to do. They're renting for a reason. They don't want to have to buy blinds or buy washer dryers. So in this owner's scenario, they 1031 exchanged some old investment properties, so they actually don't have a mortgage on this. So they don't really care if this home sits for a while, right? They play the long game. But if you're somebody who has a mortgage and doesn't want to spend an extra couple $1,000s on a washer dryer, don't get me wrong, blinds are expensive, but your home could be sitting here for 2 months, 3 months, and you're going to be spending that money anyway, paying your own mortgage. And so it's things to consider like that. Do you want to spend the money to get a tenant in sooner, or hope that a tenant will come along? If you can wait and a tenant will come along that needs a washer dryer, sure, it happens. It is common, but not super common enough. Now in a normal market, a home like this is a brand new build. Nobody's lived in this home before. It's by Edge Homes, so like this would have gone like that in a normal market. We've had quite a bit of showings, but I mean, like I said, as soon as the washer dryer gets brought up, interest is lost. So
some things that I think could be affecting this overall slowdown in the market is jobs. We see it on a local level, but you may know people that have lost their jobs or whatever. They're either staying at their place or moving into a cheaper place to rent, and or moving with family. And so that, along with the growth as far as construction projects that were submitted 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, they're completing now. So there's more living opportunities around our area. So that's also affecting things. And then just obviously the winter slowdown. Students and families don't want to move in the middle of the semester. There is a bit of a pickup in December with 1 to 3 bedroom properties for newlyweds, if it's between the semester.
So this home's another townhome community here in Spanish Fork, just not even a mile drive from the Mapleton property. And I mean, it's pretty cute. It's a quiet neighborhood. Got pickleball, got a park right out front. But this home's been sitting on the market for about 6 weeks now. And lots of interest, lots of showings. Just, once people find out there's not a washer dryer in with it, they kind of lose interest in that one. But take a look at it. Now, a townhome like this, 3-bedroom, 2-story, 2-car garage, honestly, in a normal season, would be swept up very quickly. We've had quite a bit of showings. 5 or 6 showings, younger aged couples, and unfortunately, just as soon as they find out there's no washer dryer, they kind of lose interest. And that's a struggle that we've been seeing right here. We're currently in the master with a beautiful park's view. We just did a price drop on this one, dropping it down to $1,700, hoping that can entice a new tenant to come in. I honestly really like this community. It's got a pickleball court, you got the park out front. You're right off the 6, which leads you right up to the Spanish Fork Canyon. You got Fifth Water Hot Springs over there. I love that area. Beautiful scenic drives, lots of nature walks. I mean, this property's pretty sweet.
Going into 2026, tenants, as your leases are getting ready to renew, something to do is you have negotiating power with landlords in most cases. So unless you've rented below market rates or your property is in a condition that's subpar, then you may not have as much negotiating power because it's going to be a property that will have higher demand. But in most cases, you'll have negotiating power. So if there's something about your unit that needs to be, that could be updated even, you have negotiating power with your landlord to be able to ask for those things, and also not to accept the rent increases that some landlords will be asking for. So if you are being asked, if landlords are asking for those things, they're most likely not going to get them. Other landlords understand this. So if you're a landlord and you want to increase rents, the likelihood that you're going to be able to, you can ask for it. But there's a likelihood that it may just, if you're hard about it, that your tenants are just going to go find somewhere else that's going to be cheaper. Thanks for being a part of this journey with us. We're excited to share things as we learn them and give you market updates and share tips and tricks along the way. Thanks.
This has been our monthly update. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay up to date with our podcast. Okay, we're going to be posting weekly. We'll be posting these types of videos once a month just to give a market update of what we're doing every month, what's happening month to month. Every season's different. There's always something new going on. Last month we just did a water restoration, which I wish we recorded. Would have been awesome to get, but we're going to be better moving forward. Come along for the journey. If you have any real estate questions, any property management questions in the Utah Valley or anywhere, reach out. Mission Property Management. We're here to help. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you.